I want to ask you a more complicated question. There have been many, many Americans who have been, as you described a minute ago, so terribly traumatized by these events that are associated, perhaps unfairly, but directly, with a radical kind of Islam. I myself, a close friend of mine, was captured by Al Qaeda years ago and murdered. And then at the Republican convention, before you spoke, there was the mother of one of the men killed at Benghazi, who spoke very powerfully and harshly. But so your son died as a result of radical Islamic fundamentalism. My friend died as a result of a radical form of that. The Benghazi mother's son died. But so what do you say to that idea, to someone who, with good faith, says to you, but there really is a problem with Islam?
Yes. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. And 1.6 billion Muslims bear the responsibility of that because they have been quiet, because they have not spoken, they have not rejected. There are, in each faith, there are certain, in scripture, there are some terms and some mentions of things, but we have to move forward from there. We have to develop, we have to redefine terms, to live together, to move forward, to move humanity forward, to move ourselves forward. I reject any violence, and especially, and as you have heard me say that, the good religion of Islam had been perverted by these terrorists, by these, they have some long-standing animosities, some geopolitical reasons that they have dragged my religion in it. These terrorists, these violent people must be rejected. We all need to, as Muslim, I speak to Muslims that we need to become part of the society. We need to stand up and we need to be counted as equally patriotic Muslims, concerned and responsible for its safety. No tolerance, no acceptance for any violent behavior. Second, we need to revise, and I think government is very seriously considering that who comes into this country. Sometimes people's fear are because being unfamiliar. All the refugees coming from Syria, there is a 2-year wait period for them in the camps outside the United States. They are vetted properly. So stricter, proper vetting is highly recommended. I support that policy. But alongside that, there is another solution, and that is to joining hand with the communities. Joining hand instead of exclusion of Muslim community from creating a safe environment, inclusion of Muslim community in asking them to participate in the protection and in the safety of the country and safety of the nation and communities is the solution. Once that community becomes part of the solution, you will have very little room for somebody to create mischief.